live. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me. Share my shit. And like the damn live. Okay. I have a fall sale. I get those fall sale discounts. There's no time limit. I read until I feel called, until Spirit tell me to stop. All right. So make sure you get your book, your private reading. All right. Let's get into the. Let's get into the topic. So the topic is. Are men conscious or woke or talk like, like the Hebrew Israelites, Afrocentrics, guys that are into, astrology or tarot or esoteric, like they're into, the consciousness, all right, or the Anunnaki, like what is their real reason? Because like, I don't know. I've run across like a lot of conscious men that are like, that try to sleep with me or that try to pretend, like if they see that I'm a woke woman, they'll try to pretend that they're woke. Like it's a pickup artist, like they're a pickup artist. Some of these dudes that be on this conscious tip be using, this wokeness as a way to be a bum or as a way to leech off of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they go around playing these roles that like they're king or like they're this or like they're that, like in order to keep leeching on a woman or subduing a woman. Like it's like those pastors. I don't know if y'all know how, or like the Pope. I don't know if y'all know the scandals that happen. Like it's always some type of scandal with woke or conscious men. Sometimes I feel like they're worse than the niggas that ain't conscious. So let's see what's going on here, okay? And sometimes too, like they be predators, so they're like underage, or they feel like it's their right to be with underage girls. Like, why are 90% of men conscious? Let's get the strongest energy. That's gonna be 5 cards, and then the second strongest energy. Okay, so let's see why. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like the live. Support your girl pouring in me as I pour into you, okay? So do not forget to follow me. Do not forget to like this live. Tap that screen, all right? Let's boost me into the algorithm. Calling on Lilith. Give me the truth and nothing but the truth, okay? Tap into the energy of these conscious men or these men that are into wokeism. What is their purpose for being into it? Is it to bait women? Is it to, make ticket sales like a pulpit pimp? Like, what is it? What is the real reason 90% of men are in the conscious, woke? Like, what is it? Because I done met too many men that be into, like, it's like they use it as bait to pick up women. They use the talk as bait, like the woman is God. They're like a Derek Jackson. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the scandal of Derek Jackson, but go look that up. I wasn't surprised. What's up, Shania? I wasn't surprised when Derek Jackson got exposed. I was not surprised by that. Because, like, when you think about a lot of the shit that Derek Jackson preaches, that's how do you know that, sir? Like, y'all, how do you know that? Like, and then he's highly attractive. He's highly famous. He makes helly bread, because he's an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur. Not all entrepreneurs make helly bread. So, like, I'm just like, I'm not surprised. What's up? My favorite movie. I love scary movies. My favorite movie is actually I'm I'm bad with names. I'm bad with titles. So I can't even think of the name right now. But if it pops up, I'll let you know. I can't think of it right now. It says let it go, releasing grudges, emotional freedom, forgiving yourself and others, and free your heart. So it's just kind of like a form of escapism. Okay, it's kind of a form of escapism. It's kind of like these energies could be beat down by life, or they could be like these kids been meddling. These energies could be beat down in life here, okay, or like it's kind of like they could be the misfits, the outcasts, with this let it go card, like escapism. They could be looking for, it's the same reason why a lot of people are religious. A lot of people are only religious or spiritual because like it's a way to escape from their harsh realities, you know, from their shitty jobs, from their poverty, from their, you know what I'm saying? So like most people, religion is like that safety net to keep a motherfucker from jumping off a cliff, okay? That's the energy. It's like with this let it go card. I feel like with this let it go card, like this energy is kind of the energy that I'm feeling, that I'm channeling. It's just like a lot of people that are drawn into the cloth are preyed upon. So like either they're preyed upon. So like either they've been victims of SA abuse, if you know what I mean. Can't say the word. Or they've been victims of like orphanage. Like they don't have a home, they don't have an identity, right? And they're looking for a home, they're looking for identity. It's the same reason why people join gangs. They're looking for a family, they looking to belong somewhere, okay? Like a lot of these energies too could have been drawn to, like, I mean, a lot of these energies could have been very traumatized or dealt with a lot of trauma in life. And it's like these religions or these like different philosophies, right, that people subscribe to, these different cults that people prescribe to, it's like it's a way for them to not only have an identity, because they it's a way for them to find some type of solace, some type of peace, like some type of love, okay? Like they feel seen. If they normally didn't feel seen, they feel it's almost like they can be victims to a cult leader, or a cult leader that is a spiritual narcissist, okay? And this cult leader is like recruiting people into this. So it's almost like they're followers, but this cult leader is recruiting people into their camps, into their channels, or whatever it is. Like these people feel seen, like these people feel like it's like they're lost souls. It's like this Eight of Cups in reverse energy. It's like they're lost souls and they don't know where to start, where to go, where to, you know. A lot of these people go through an identity crisis or have identity issues here. And it's just kind of like conscious groups or conscious cults or conscious, like that is their answer. That's their answer. But like a lot of people that are traumatized, or you love scary movies, that's good. A lot of people that are traumatized, like this is their form of closure. This is their form of like trying to find or redefine love and purpose. Because you see the person is releasing the heart. It's crazy because normally with this let it go card, right, the person is releasing his heart, okay? You see these, every time I see this card, it reminds me of when someone dies. So when someone dies, I've been to like 3 funerals where somebody has died or passed away, a loved one, a best friend has died or passed away, and people will release the balloons, right, as a way to communicate or to bring peace to the dead, to the one that died. And it's a annual thing where they'll release the balloons, right? That's like a funeral, but every time I see this, that's what I'm thinking, like, of a funeral. I don't know, somebody could be going to a funeral, or there's a death to a connection here. Someone could have lost their parents or something early. It's a lot of messages coming through with that. But every time I see those hands and that heart going up, I think of funeral, like a loss, like a death, like an ending, like a farewell. You know what I'm saying? But in this picture, it just means to free your heart and to forgive yourself and to forgive others, and release grudges. Okay? Definitely energies that's been beat up in life, or energies that don't know, like they either were orphan or they don't know their parents, but they're definitely someone, and they have toxic, if they do know their parents, is very toxic, likely narcissistic, sociopathic family. Okay, but yeah, it's just kind of like they're attracted to, it's something about the cult leader being very like predatory or preying on these people's vulnerabilities. So we have broken promises coming through. Okay, I was not expecting this in the reading. Disappointed expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, words mean nothing. Disappointed expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, words mean nothing. So broken promises in the past here. I feel like class or everything that they were taught, oh, you need to do this to be successful, you need to do that. It's kind of like they're seeing that in the real world, like shit, it plays by different rules. It's not like what they tell you in school. In the real world, it's played by different rules from what they train you in school. So this person could have been seeing, some of these energies could be like college or high school, like dropouts. But yeah, a lot of these energies, it seems like they're just bitter because they're bitter about mainstream society or current, structures. It's just like, they're bitter. With the broken promises energy, it's like they were lied to about like how the world works, or they were lied to about, what metric system actually matters in the real world. And so you're dealing with a lot of people who are dealing with either a cognitive dissonance, or they are dealing with, like, somebody is just really bitter about life because it's like, yeah, we have Photoshop. We have Photoshopped. Yeah. Somebody feels like somebody has unfair advantages, or like they were dealt a bad hand in life. Like other people have unfair advantages here with this Photoshop energy. Somebody is definitely praying, like somebody is definitely exploiting this. Like whoever is their leader or whoever channel or whatever they follow, somebody is exploiting this. Like it's like going on it's like going on some of these energies, as crazy as it sounds, some of these men are covert narcissists, but they think they're the victim. Which is crazy because with narcissists in general, with overt and covert narcissists, they are always the victim. You'll find they're always the victim. These people definitely have something against the system, but Not to be mean, because this is the truth, not to be mean, but they ain't fit the bill. They didn't fit the bill. So it's kind of like they created their own, like, alternate reality, or their own group, or their own sect, or their own, like, cult, in order to counteract it. How can I get this? Like, let's say there's a lot of people that wanted to be actors. There's a lot of people that want to be actors. There's a lot of people that want to be famous, right? A lot of people want to be famous, but most people aren't. It's an extreme unlikelihood that they will be famous, okay? Like, it's like they slipped through the cracks. It's kind of like they didn't, like, stand a chance to the competition. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these energies, right? Right? Let's say this is Mulatto. This is Mulatto, and this is Halle Berry. Let's say that, okay? Or this is Meghan Markle, and this is the Halle Berry, right? So both of these energies are biracial, and they're like, well, you know, the industry is racist. The industry, you know, doesn't hire biracials or mulattoes, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll come up with this whole racial victim trope. Oh, Hollywood is racist. Oh, this and that. But Halle Berry got in, right? And even if you were to compare Mulatto to even if you were to compare Mulatto to Meghan Markle still got in. Now, her career may have not been as booming as Holly's, but she still got in. And Mulatto ain't get in at all. Like, so, like, it's just making these excuses, or making these, like, it's kind of like they're flunkies. Like, it's this energy of them being flunkies. So it's, and if it's not, like, on a, financial level, like, it's on an energetic level, it's on an aura level, it's on a personality level, it's on a, like, they're flunks, they're flukes, or whatever. Like, it says fake perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, and filtered beyond recognition. So yeah, these energies, it's kind of like the more scarred they are, the heavier they lean into cult-like stuff. Okay, the more scarred they are, the more lost they are, the more. Some of these energies could have dealt with a lot of abuse or a lot of gaslighting, but whatever the case may be, it's just like these energies, they did not make the cut in society. I am not trying to be rude. They did it, but it's like a big girl, right? A big girl, let's say the beauty standard is thin and light skin and long flowing hair. And this big girl has, you know, dark skin, she's plus size, and she has short hair. Like, her hair barely grows. Like, she's going to feel inadequate, or she's going to feel jealous, or she's going to feel robbed, or she's going to feel like just feel like shit is not fair because she doesn't fit this standard of beauty. Okay, so she's going to cling to anything that makes her feel okay with, like, it's kind of like if you got cancer, right? And, you know, and you have only so much to live. These medications and these stuff is supposed to extend your life. It's supposed to make you feel cushiony a little bit before you transition to, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. The same thing is like you feel energies feel, it's the same thing. Energies don't fit the mold. okay, or society's rejects. They don't fit the mold in some capacity, in some way. And like they use religion, or they use these conscious talking points, or they use these as a way to as a way to create this in their world, in their cult. Like, I may not be a star in, you know, the real world, but I'm a star here. I'm a star online, or I'm a star. You get what I'm saying? Like, no one may knows me in the real world or may overlook me in the real world, but here I shine. Here I, like, that's the energy. Like, some of these dudes too could, ooh, it's just giving like some of these energies are in red pill. Like they're mad they can't get this type of woman. Maybe they're stuck with this type of woman, or this is the type of woman they can get, but they want this type of woman they can't get. They just feel really fucking cat, like an outcast, like casted off by society. They don't fit the bill. Like your genes or whatever it is that you have to offer isn't good enough. So these energies take solace in conscious talk, like to cover up some type of inferiority or some type of it's kind of like how the BBW movement. Now, I love BBWs, but it's kind of like that BBW movement, okay? Like, they want to be bad bitches too, you know? So they create their own communities. They create their own little philosophy so that they can be bad bitches. And this is the energy. Like, these energies want to be bad bitches, okay? And these conscious make them feel like they're a bad bitch, okay? Whereas society or stuff makes them feel like they're a misfit. Or, you get what I'm saying? Like that's the energy. It's kind of the energy of go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Like, that's what. So a lot of these energies could reject the matrix or could reject the status quo because, like, or could be against it because they're not really benefiting from it or haven't benefited from it. So we have past life here. Previous connections, unexplained familiarity, soul memories, I've known you before, past life. Somebody kind of feels, it's also this energy of copying whoever they feel is a success. Like whoever they feel is very successful, it's like they want to copy that so they can get that same type of reign. So we've got the future, which is past life, previous connections. Okay. Like this is their glow up. This is their way to be a baddie. Okay. This is their way to be a baddie. This is their way to not feel like a cast off. Okay. This is wild. To feel like they belong. Like it's the same reason why people join gangs. Most people join gangs to feel like they have a family, to feel like they have a tribe, to feel like they have belonging. A lot of times these energies could be neglected at home, could not be seen at home, or they could have very traumatizing homes. Like, and it's like the gang is where, you know, it's just this desire for deeper connection, this desire to belong, this desire to, you know what I'm saying? Some of these gang members hang out more with their gang than they do their actual blood family, their actual parents, their actual, you know, either their parents are ripping and running the streets, or either their parents are really hard working and they're just not present. For whatever reason, they're not present. Or these energies could have like a level of like orphanage. Like they could feel orphaned. Like either they feel like they don't belong with their family, or they're literally orphans, like literal orphans. Okay, and they're looking for that sense of belonging. Like it's the same. I was not expecting this. I'm going to be quite frankly honest with you. I'm not expecting this. So we got payback. We've got payback. So it's like a way to stick it to the man. These energies did not cut the fucking, they didn't. Like either on a physicality level, on an intelligence level, on a like some type of way, like they were just misfits. They just did not cut the bill. Like on a gene level, cellular level, like they just did not cut the bill. I don't want to get too deep into that. Gene expression, because like really that's what it is. Like if we really want to get down to the nitty gritty, like all of this shit is all about nature. It's all about biology. Okay, so humans select what genes they want to survive and what genes they don't. What genes is top tier and what genes is not. So that is a consensus. That is a consensual, no matter how unfair it is, that is a consensual agreement amongst the human species. What genes are superior, what genes are not. What genes are strong for the environment and is needed to survive, and what genes are weak and need to be getting rid of. Now, if you're a human being where your genes, because honestly, that's what this is about. If y'all really want to be honest, all this other shit is smokes and mirror. When humans be talking about money and shit like that, or choosing somebody based off money, based off clout, based off this and that, part of it is consumerism, but the other part of it is natural selection. That is what this really is. When you get rid of all the systems and you get down to the root of it, the nitty gritty, okay, the roots, baby. This is all natural selection. What genes are favorable and what genes are unfavorable. Okay? And unfortunately, everybody's not going to have favorable genes. Everybody's not going to have favorable genes, you know. And if they pass on those unfavorable genes, guess what? Those burdens are going to be passed on to their kids. So it's like when you're mating, because everything really goes back to mating. What genes are deserve to survive? What genes do most humans want to survive? And what genes do most humans want to be rid off the face of the earth? Only the strongest survive. Okay? That's literally what it is. Everything else is semantics. Everything else is semantics. What we're talking about is natural selection. Subconscious natural selection. You have payback, consequences returning, karma's cycle, what goes around, time to settle accounts. Now, some people, and this is the advice. So, yeah, this is kind of their way to stick it to the men for their genes not being unfavorable. For their genes being unfavorable. Okay? This is their way to stick it to the men. With the payback as the advice here. Consequences returning, karma cycle, what goes around, time to settle accounts. So, like, of course people want the system to change when it doesn't benefit them. Of course people want the measuring systems to change when it doesn't benefit them. That's why there's this large wokeism culture. Okay, everybody wants to be privileged. Everybody, wants to be the top dog. Everybody wants to be the bad bitch. Everybody, nobody wants to be the loser. Nobody wants to be on the shitty end of the stick. So a lot of people create alternative cultures, right? Alternative cultures where they are the alpha. Where, it's like the issue's not necessarily so much hierarchy. The issue, or who's at the top of the food chain, the issue is that they're on the bad end of it. So they don't really want to get rid of the structure. They just want to change the metrics. They don't want to get rid of the hierarchy or the pyramid, right? They just want to change the metrics, right, of who's at the top and who's not. So these energies, this is a way for them to feel big shit. But even within these camps, there are hierarchies. So there's this card in my Bible about it deck called pink washing. So pink washing is basically where you're coming against people who are against LGBTQ, right? But you become the people that you complain about, okay? Like, if motherfuckers complaining about the Ku Klux Klan, but then they become the Ku Klux Klan, you know, they start now targeting others that aren't their race, or targeting others that they feel is a part of the KKK. You know, they end up doing discriminatory practices themselves. Pink washing, okay? LGBTQ could be talking about, you know, have an issue with heterosexuals being intolerant of rainbow culture. We're gonna call it rainbow culture. Have an issue with heterosexuals having an issue with rainbow culture, right? But then they're intolerant of heterosexual culture, or they try to then, you know, if you like, well, I respect you, you do you, I do me, but then these energies will then try to place rainbow culture at the top of the food chain. They will try to say it's superior, or they're superior to heterosexual. So it just turns into this, like, somebody could be trans as well. This is so random, but somebody could be trans and they feel like they're a better woman than real women. Like, they could be a better woman than women born women. Okay, I'm seeing this too. Like, I'm seeing this too. That's the energy. The issue is not the social hierarchy. The issue is that I'm not placed at the top. Okay, so they're going to create like alternative realities, alternative cults, alternative religious structures that places them at the top of the food chain. So their issue is not the hierarchy in itself, okay? Their issue is that they're not placed at the top, okay? So there's some purpose that these consciousness is just like demonizing dictators just for you to get in power and become a dictator. Pink washing. Like, that's the energy. It's like they don't really have a problem with the dictator being a dictator. It's just that they're on the shit end of that dictatorship. So it's like, hey, let me go and create some type of alternative cult where I'm the dictator, and what I says goes, and anybody who thinks different or does different deserve to be silenced. So it's like they don't have an issue with the structure itself, just that they're not on the receiving end. They're not on the good end of that dictatorship, of that. So they create these alternate camps, these alternate societies. Like, that's the energy. Like sovereignty, however you say it, sovereignty, like a sovereignty type of energy. Wow. What's the second reason? And then I am off of here. What's the second reason? So all things encompassing, basically. It's like a black dude complaining about, you know, racism and people being anti-black, and, you know, have an issue with dark skin, and then like, but, you know, when he's in power, he practices the same prejudice. He practices colorism. He, you know, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's like he's complaining when he's on the receiving end of this prejudice or discrimination. So but it's like when he's in power, he does the same thing. He's discriminatory and prejudiced against women of his own skin color, women of his own hair texture, women whom share his same features and genetic pool. He discriminates them the most. But he's supportive, or he's bigging up. Like, it's just that energy. It's just like he's only complaining because he's on the negative end of that racism or that bigotry. He doesn't really have an issue with the bigotry or the racism. It's just that he's on the receiving end of it. He's on the negative side of it. Okay, that's his complaint. Okay, so we have sugarcoating and we have payday. And this is why motherfuckers be switching up when they finally fit in with society. When they finally fit in society, or they're accepted or embraced by the majority, right? They switch up. They switch up. Okay. So we got payday and we got sugar coated. Sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true. So we got payday and sugar coated. Some of these energies just, they have hidden bigotry, hidden colorism, hidden racism. I'm picking up on that. So the second most reason is it's like a pulpit pimp. A pulpit pimp. That's the second reason, payday and sugar coated. Yeah, we've got ghosted. Sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. So we've got ghosted. So these energies are trying to build up a following. Like, this is a career. This is a career with the payday, sugar coated, and ghosted. So I feel like the second reason, honestly, I feel like the second reason is and we have deja vu, repeating patterns, familiar lessons, unresolved issues. We've been here before. Deja vu. Yeah, somebody's like a salesman or a pulpit pimp or a salesman here. Some of these energies could have endorsement deals or could get endorsements. But it's and I feel like, honestly, with the second reason, I feel like these are the cult leaders. The cult leaders, this is, look, situation I was saying. Like, they seeing all this shit and they like, I see a way to make a bag. Like, I see a way to make a bag. Situational, temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better, and not settling. So this is the advice. So yeah, what I see is people see an avenue to make money. It's the same way, like, so people could, this is very a democratic move. So people could instigate fights, instigate like civil warfare or civil unrest just to keep getting a check. Just to keep. But this second reason, it seems, the second most popular reason, according to Spirit, according to the cards, the second most popular reason is the cult leaders. Okay? It's just like how people see a lot of women are insecure about their bodies. So they create plastic surgery, right? Plastic surgery is a multi-million. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a multi-billion-dollar business. Plastic surgery is motherfucking paying off people's homes. Bitches being insecure about their looks, about getting old, about it's paying people's home. They paying off people's homes with those insecurities. So, you know, wherever there's a problem, like, there's an avenue for a motherfucker to make money to solve those problems. And I feel like that second reason is the cult leaders, okay? That first reason for 90% of them is the reason why people are like cult followers, is the reason why people are sheep or whatever you want to call it. Like, so I'm shocked. So really, whatever the ritual is, whatever nature, true nature, their cult leader is, that's what they gonna be on 9 times out of 10. Because if they find out, it's like looking up to a gang leader. You don't think that a gang leader would tell you wrong, would you? You know, you're gonna blindly follow. That's the energy. So whatever they're gonna do, that's with their parents. You know, they see their parents play out certain roles. They could be it, even into adulthood. Come on, King, get up. So I feel like some of these energies kind of feel like if they're talking that conscious talk with you, they feel like it's just a shared interest, or like, avenue of communication. I'm sorry, I had to use it. But that's all. Deuces.